My name is Jason MacDonald. I've been fighting mixed martial arts for about 13 years now and fighting in the UFC for 6 of those years. I think my official record is 24-13 right now. And so that I fought a lot of tough guys, had a lot of fights, and some have went my way, some haven't. Well, currently right now I'm training for another UFC fight, May 15th in Virginia. And you know, the great thing, I've been a bit preoccupied training for the Open, CrossFit Open this year. And the great thing about that is that a lot of fighters spend the first couple of weeks of their training camp or the first 4 weeks or 6 weeks of their training camp trying to whip themselves in shape. And then they spend the last couple of weeks of their training camp really just fine-tuning their skills and putting together a game plan. So for me, you know, being such a die-hard CrossFitter and training so hard and working so hard over the past couple of months for the Open, for the CrossFit Games Open, I'm in great shape. Some of the best shape I've ever been in my life. At 36 years old, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting faster, and I'm getting better. And so for me, it's going to be a smooth transition. I got 5 weeks away from a fight here. I got a couple more weeks before our regionals is up, and I'm transitioning from the CrossFit Game Open. Going to go to the regionals and compete, and then a few weeks after that, I'm going to jump in the octagon and throw down. And it's you know, it's been great for me. I'm in great shape. I'm going to start easing off the CrossFit here in the next couple of weeks because it's very taxing. It takes a lot of your time and it takes a lot of your energy. And for me, I'm going to ease off and really, you know, get a little more specific and start focusing on my MMA training and carry that into Virginia and kick some ass. You know, I'm pretty proud of my UFC career. I kind of have a 50-50 record right now, but during my career in the UFC, I've fought a lot of the top 10 guys: Damian Maia, Yushin Okami, Rich Franklin, just to name a few of the top guys. So I'm pretty proud of the level of competition and guys that I've stepped up and fought. Alan Belcher. Like I said, some have gone my way, some haven't gone my way. You know, anytime you're able to compete at the highest level of your competition, it's pretty cool. It's pretty flattering. It's pretty amazing. You know, if you're an Olympic wrestler, to actually fight in the Olympics is a dream come true. If you're a hockey player and to actually make it to the NHL, nobody cares if you're a fourth line guy. All they remember you as an NHL player, right? So to actually make it to the UFC as a mixed martial arts fighter has been a huge accomplishment for me. And then to be there for so long and have some success and really, you know, just turn it into something as great as my career's been to me. You know, travel all over the world, meet new people, and it's really been a dream come true. It's pretty crazy to think that the UFC has grown into what it is today. You know, one of the most popular sports in the world, fastest growing sport in the world, and to you know, to go out on that stage and perform is pretty amazing. And it's, you know, when you talk about some of the people that are always sitting in the audience and some of the people that are watching at home, you know, I've fought in front of Jay-Z, I've fought in front of Justin Bieber. I mean, it's crazy. Andre Agassi and Steffi Graf, like, it's pretty amazing to look out at ringside and see some of these people who you hold on a pedestal through their accomplishments, whether it's acting or singing or athletics. And think that they're there enjoying what you're doing is pretty cool. And you know, to get out there and you know, it's kind of like the fruits of all your hard work are coming to fruit in that moment. You've put in this extremely long training camp. You've worked hard your entire life, and to be able to go out there and perform on that stage at that size is amazing. In life and in the ring, you're going to fail. And then really what the true test is how you bounce back as an individual and how you bounce back as a fighter. And, you know, I've been in some tough battles in the ring and won some tough fights, lost some tough fights. And I think what's important is what you take away from that. You can dwell on that and really just let it ruin your life or really weigh you down and be a negative thing in your life. Or you can take something positive away from it. You can reevaluate, look at what went wrong, put it behind you and move forward and become a stronger individual, stronger fighter, stronger individual, and carry those qualities and those things on throughout life. And I think that's what fighting's done for me. I've faced some pretty savage battles in the ring. I've had some pretty savage battles in training camps, fighting through injuries, fighting through all different kinds of things that are going on in your life, trying to hold down a full-time job, be a dad to 4 kids, and try to fight at the highest level in mixed martial arts. So all those things that you battle through, I think they make you a stronger individual. And it's a lot like CrossFit. It's, you battle through these workouts, and you struggle and you succeed, and sometimes you fail miserably, but you get better. And when you come away from it, you take those things and you use those tools and you use those experiences and those failures and those successes to make you a better person and move forward in life. At the end of the day, when you get to a high level of anything, you're involved in something that's full of elite athletes, and they're well conditioned and they're well trained, and some may be stronger in some areas than others, but it's a pretty level playing field. And really what it boils down to at the end of the day is who's willing to put themselves out there, who's willing to push themselves harder, and that becomes a mental game. Who's stronger mentally? Are you going to let the bear get you, or are you going to get the bear? And it becomes a real mental battle, and fighting has taught me to be a stronger person mentally in life. When the going gets rough, you have 2 options. Just like in a fight, you can give up, you can tap out, and you can give up, or you can bear down on your mouthpiece, bite down on your mouthpiece, and get going. And that's what fighting's taught me in life. And it's also I've been able to carry that over into CrossFit. CrossFit's some of these workouts are terrible hard workouts, and you get 2 options. You can give up, you can put the weight down, and you can stop doing it, or you can bite down on your mouthpiece and get after it. And that's the one thing about CrossFit and MMA that correlates, is that it teaches you to be tougher mentally. At the highest level, all the CrossFitters are great, but it's who's going to push themselves harder and who's going to be the greatest. Same as fighting. There's 2 guys in a ring. If there's 2 guys in the ring, in the octagon, in the UFC, there's a good chance that both those guys are great fighters and they deserve to be there. What it really boils down to is who's going to lay it all on the line, and who's going to push themselves to walk away as a winner. The daily schedule, it's always a balancing act, right? Mixed martial arts, you have to be a jack of all trades, master of none. So if you spend too much time boxing, then your wrestling gets weak. You spend too much time wrestling, then your boxing and kickboxing gets weak. So, I had to try to touch on every area a couple times a week. Much like CrossFit, where if you spent all your time powerlifting, then your metabolic conditioning would go downhill. So it's a balancing act. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. It's a constant battle to try to figure it out. Even toward the end of my career now, I'm still trying to figure out what's enough, what's too much, and it's a constant learning curve. But I only got a couple fights left. I'm going to put my all into these last couple fights. I got this fight in Virginia, and then they just announced a big fight here in Calgary, first UFC ever in Calgary. It would really be a storybook ending to be able to come back, have success in Virginia, come back to Calgary, and close out the career at home in front of all my friends and family.